What up?
Not much was going on.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, shoot. Just chilling.
All right. Y'all give me a minute. I got to mute for a minute.
Hey, G man, have you tried that strawberry lime bowl rock yet?
Bull Rock?
Yeah, they got a strawberry
No,
lime.
I seen it inside Harris Tea the other day, but I didn't try it.
It's not bad. You gotta drink it cold though. That's how get how to get nasty. It tastes like a soda.
Yeah. Yeah, I hadn't had Bull Rock in a minute, man. I'm gonna have
I
to,
don't know.
but
I
I was
feel like I
waiting.
have to. Uh-huh.
Huh?
You said what now?
I said I hadn't had Bull Rock in a minute. I was trying to wait until they came up with something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Something different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to try it.
Yeah, I had a
Oh,
hankering for some cider today, so Gwen had
wow.
picked me up that. What happened?
Wow. Ain't really
What
heard
happened?
nobody say hankering in a long time. But okay. Hey,
Yeah, you know.
and hankering?
After you put that time in at the at the salt plant, you know.
Yeah, but you don't work at the salt plant.
I mean, but I could have.
But you don't.
You know what I'm saying? Carry my lunch pail, you know. Got
So you
my
carry a
got
lunch
my
pail?
yeah, got my hard
Mm,
hat,
really?
my
Really? Okay.
overall denim breeches. I mean,
Okay then. Britches. Wow. Wow. Okay. All right then. With that being said, I want to welcome you to another episode of Run and Tell That Podcast. I'm Gerard.
I'm
oh,
G
bro.
Man.
So how's everybody Saturday?
Oh, mine
Man,
was good
another
until that damn
Saturday.
storm hit.
I
Yeah, I
know.
know. I know.
That's what I
Like
was getting
somebody
ready to say.
just
That hurricane.
I think y'all have made somebody mad like somebody threw rocks at your shit.
Yeah, that's what it looked
I
like.
think I
Mm-hmm.
think I came out easy compared to other people. You know,
Mm-hmm.
some people houses messed up, businesses fucked up, so I can't complain. You know. Plus,
Mm-hmm.
it's material stuff. It can't be replaced. Can't replace
That's
Oh
people.
right.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't
Can't
replace
replace
people.
what?
You can
People.
people.
Mm, that's true.
I mean, well, you know, depending on how we replace them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you mean yeah. Yeah.
No, my
Oh yeah.
Saturday was okay. I can't complain.
Mine too.
I can't
I
complain
ain't
at
do
all.
I ain't do shit. For once I relaxed on a
You were off today,
Saturday. But yeah, yeah. That means I'm probably gonna have to work 3 times as hard tomorrow, but it'll be all right.
so you just chill at home, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You never know. You may need some party favors to get the juices flowing.
What do you
Yeah.
mean? What type of party favors?
Just take out the avatar.
What do you mean? Oh. Mm, I think I'm okay on that.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm all right. Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody don't need none of that stuff that goes up their nose and have them turn it into dang on a strong little person. You know what I'm saying? You imagine
Mm-hmm.
Kermit.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Kermit. Kermit, he sitting there, he's snuffing some coke. You know what I'm saying? In five
Yeah.
minutes, he gonna turn into the beast.
Just saying.
Okay then. Well, today's topic is Newport shorts in a box, King Cobra 40, and the rest on pump 3.
It's one of them you'd be
So
surprised
I
down the line.
Yeah,
yeah,
you know.
pump
Figure
three.
we hit some people with some razzle dazzle. You know what I mean? Something different.
Yeah. So the funniest thing, I have never ever known this, and y'all probably can correct me when I say this, but when you have a Newport, right? Why do people like you got a box of Newport? Why
Hmm.
do
Mm-hmm.
people flip it upside down? They flip the first one upside down And then when they trying to take a break, if you got the 100, they gonna smoke half of that and they gonna out it and put that 100 back in there. They gonna put that not 100, but they gonna put that cigarette back in that box. Why people do that?
I don't know. Well,
Oh,
no, I don't remember why. Because when Maul used to hang out with me and Ro, he used to do that. He said why, but I don't know. I never did that when I smoked Newports. I never took the first cigarette and flipped it upside down.
yeah, I always just took the first cigarette out and smoked it.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah,
That first
the
cigarette, I didn't
first
want to smoke
cigarette. Yeah, they were saying something. I don't know what it is, and I don't want to make all the Newport smokers mad if I
Yeah,
misquote something. You know what I'm saying? Because
it.
Newport
Mm-hmm.
people, hey man, they get mad, Bo. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
don't be talking about they knew this. Now I
Yeah,
will
you
say
don't
when
talk
you
about
put
new.
it out, I will say with the hundreds. I mean, cut you off, but when I would put it out, I would put it up right in, so that way the remaining tobacco or the stuff like that right there won't be, it won't be face down in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's one reason I did it, you know. But normally, if I had hundreds, or if Jeff had 100, we normally would share a cigarette.
Yeah,
But
and that's the thing about them hundreds, man. Don't get it twisted. Them hundreds take a long time to smoke. Sure, I call
yeah,
myself trying to smoke cigarette when I was in dang on 11th and 12th grade. You couldn't tell me nothing. I didn't know what I was smoking. Man, I sat there. I sat there one day. Me and a friend of mine, we were standing up after school. We were sitting up there behind before football practice. Man, all of a sudden, I inhaled that joker. Why did I do that? Oh
yeah,
my goodness. That was the worst feeling. At first now I thought it was a good feeling, but man, I had a quick headache. You know what I'm saying? That's that
yeah,
rush.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, rush me quick. You know what I mean? I wasn't expecting that. You know what I mean? Because I used to just go ahead and just
Yeah.
play around and blow it out, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you were smoking a candy cigarette or something.
Yeah, you know that candy cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember them days, man. It was funny. When that feeling
yeah,
hit me, man, all my kneecap was numb. My head rush. I mean, I never had a head rush like that. And then you talking about
Mm.
Cobra 40. You should have put
Yeah.
old English in that joker. You couldn't go wrong with
Mm.
old English now.
You drinking enough of them King Cobra 40s, you thought you saw that Cobra.
ain't bullshit. You are not bullshit. Yeah, the Cobra. What was the other shit? Was it the Bull? Wasn't it? Didn't they have
The
the
red.
Yeah.
Red Bull that came out?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, they had a Red Bull. Yeah, they had that Bull. OE. In Colombia they had Hurricane.
Yep.
Because we never could find that in Lancaster. You can only find that, we only saw it in Columbia. They probably more than likely they had it in Charleston too. But I want to take a moment to thank the listeners that we have in Canada. We appreciate you, and as well as in the United States, in Virginia,
Oh yeah.
Tennessee, um, North Carolina, South Carolina. Just want to say we appreciate it, and we hope that we can keep y'all as listeners.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So I figure I'd just take a moment.
Oh yeah. That's good. I tell you though, the other one
Hmm.
was the Beast. The Beast wasn't that bad. Excuse me.
I don't remember that one.
You don't remember the Beast?
Uh-uh.
Old Milwaukee Best,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I
the Black
remember.
and Blue
I
joint.
remember.
That
Black
was
and
the
blue.
one that yeah. I got on them joints heavy. The only one I felt was just trash was like Steel Reserve and 411s. Them
Yeah, I
was
never.
like, oh,
Yeah, I never tried neither one of those. I never
I did.
tried.
It was
I never had this.
Either one of
I never tasted Steel Reserve.
Mm-mm.
Mickey's what was another one that was nasty as shit.
I was on. Well, I used to drink Mickey's.
Mickey's were good to me.
Mm, they were all right, me, but
I
I
could
did drink them though.
They
I
had to
tried
be
it one
cold.
time.
And shit, what else we used to drink? I
She
think we
went back.
tried a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
Can't remember though.
What was the one that Jeff had like? The was it what was it Bud Ice?
Yeah, I think so. I believe it was
Yeah.
Bud Ice. I can't remember though.
Oh, Ice House. Ice House wasn't bad too. Oh, well, or
Yeah,
was that Southpaw?
it was both of them. Because at one
But
point, yeah,
yeah.
we were drinking both of them.
Ooh. Try to drink that shit now.
Yeah,
Nah,
I don't drink beer at all anymore. So
I ain't see it. But but it do be funny when you be sitting in there and you'll see that person, they go ahead and get their scratch off. They get that one beer scratch off. May get a
hmm
single black and mild. I mean, you really don't see somebody having a single cigarettes no more. But
no, because you can't. Yeah, you're not supposed to have those
and then
anymore.
to be that,
You
yeah.
said
So
people
what we
don't
looking?
sell single cigarettes no more.
Yeah, I know. I
You're
haven't
not
seen them in a
supposed
while.
to.
Mm.
You're not supposed to.
Well, I need to go ahead and tell my cousin to go ahead and shut it down. His signal cigarette his bootleg operation. Ah.
Yeah. Okay, I hear an echo.
Nah, he can go ahead and keep it afloat.
Okay. No, for a split second, I heard an echo. I heard myself. I don't hear it now though.
Oh, but yeah, man, shoot, yo, that'd be a trip though. Back in the day, get your single cigarette, sitting there putting that change together.
hmm
Yeah, there is nothing wrong with that single cigarette. You know the
Well, the
funniest
only
thing
thing with
about
that
it?
was
Go ahead.
no. I was gonna say the only thing about that was with that single cigarette, you don't know how long that motherfucker been sitting in that cup.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now that bitch is stale. And at this point, you done
Oh,
paid for that stale ass cigarette. You done scrounged up all that change for that single cigarette. You gonna smoke it
oh.
unless you selling singles like that to where you putting fresh in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shoot, every now and again you get that Rogue Stale pack too.
Oh yeah. I think one time I had bought a pack of cigarettes. All them bitches had goddamn like small holes in them. I ain't smoked none of it. I looked at the first one. I said, "Damn, that's weird." It was like a small hole, like pin,
Yeah,
like. But I could see it, so I pulled another one out, and I pulled another one out. I just threw away the whole damn pack. Ain't no reason for no damn small holes to be in them damn cigarettes.
that was a good decision.
Yeah,
You smoke one of them. You after that damn
Exactly.
ring.
Exactly. Yeah,
I've been
those
running
are
up and
like
down
if
Brooklyn
you think
Avenue with no
about.
damn clothes on.
Oh, you better be careful now. Some people listen to from Brooklyn Avenue now. They're gonna track you down.
They ain't gonna find me. They ain't gonna find me.
They're gonna be like, "Is Grace Sweat's return?"
Ain't but like one. It really like one person from Lancaster that's really listening, and that's just to make sure to see what we talking about. That's it. That's all.
Yeah, it's all good.
Oh
That's
yeah.
a
Hmm.
that's another listener.
Exactly.
Thank you, thank you, sir, ma'am. Thank you.
Quick to say, I'm not gonna support that, but know everything that's being said.
Yeah.
How's that possible? But I'm just saying.
Well, there's
So
nothing
help our
wrong with.
numbers. We appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely, because our listeners keep going up.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I remember, and I'll tell you this, and it's a funny story, right quick. I remember when we were in high school, man. We call ourselves, now I don't know the legal age when it was 18 years old. And tell me if I'm right or wrong. You could actually purchase alcohol at 18 years old, but then they changed it to 21.
Oh no, I
In
don't mind
South Carolina,
21.
huh?
Oh,
I
I
only
always
remember
thought it was 21.
21.
Well,
Yeah.
back in the days, it used to be 18 that you could purchase alcohol. Then they changed it to 21. Now, I don't know if y'all remember now that you could actually purchase cigarette at 15, but then they changed it to 18 in South Carolina. Now, I might be
Yeah.
wrong for saying this, but I remember a time, man. Look, I'll tell y'all this, and the funniest thing. So we were 17, and it was a bunch of who was 17, but then we had that one who was 19. But he always was able to go inside Rite Aid at the time. So he was able to go in Rite Aid. This Joker walked inside Rite Aid. He had that fake ID, walked out. He came back with, and that's when, I don't know if y'all remember, Old English King Cobra back in the days used to be 99 cents. Then they made it
Yeah.
$1.39.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
So when it was 99 cents for a 40 ounce, you can sit there. You got $10. You can get about 9 of them. You know what I'm saying? You got
Hmm.
9 big 40 ounce you coming out there with. Them jokers used to be nice and cold. You know what I'm saying? Long story less known. Let's a buddy of mine, he went in there. God bless the dead. He went in there. He came back and he came out of there with a case. And he came out of the Rite Aid where we used to live at and all that stuff like that. And it was 12. I think it was 12 inside a case and all that stuff like that, a 40 ounce. So he came and he said, "Man, I only spent 13. Well, he said I only spent $14 for it and all that stuff like that." And the girl was telling me, she said, "You only can buy one case at a time." So she said, "Come back in an hour, you could buy another case." So he went and there was like four of us who was drinking off a dang on 12 of them and all that stuff like that. So I had two. A buddy of mine had two, and another buddy of mine had two. But then somebody else had four. Man, he was being greedy, but he was the first one to get drunk. You know how that go, right?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they drink quick and all that stuff like that. And then at the end of the day, guess what? They the first one who be like, "Oh man, I gotta go home." So long story less
Yeah.
long. Once again, he went in there, got another 12 pack of Old English. But this time it wasn't Old English. It was King Cobra. A 40 of King Cobra. I see. Look,
Yeah.
I tasted. I was like, this ain't Old English. They were running me down. I said, because we were drinking in the dark at the time. It's like, no, no, no. This old, no, 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 no. This is a different taste right here. Man, I said, I started feeling kind of like, I mean, really, really feeling good and all that stuff like that. So the greedy one, he ended up drinking the fifth one. He passed out, throwing up and all that stuff like that. And then when he came back to himself, he said, "Nah, this the snake." And everybody was like, what is the snake? He said, he said, this is this is the reptile. I said, "No, we ain't got no reptile around here." You know what I'm saying? But we was trying to say, because he
Hmm.
was so drunk and inebriated, he said that he was trying to say that it was a cobra. And you know what I mean? But I'm telling you right now, that King Cobra is a different taste. Now, Old English should get you where you need to get at. But once you
Yeah.
drink that King Cobra, you drink about two of them. Oh my goodness! And then you smoke a Newport behind it. If you're smoking it the right way, you got a good one. You got a good one going on.
Mm. Yeah, we used to drink King Cobras.
Yeah. Glass bottles be clanking like hell.
Hmm. So yeah.
Cause yeah, we did the same thing. Started with like what We had like two. We had like two apiece.
Mm-hmm. Two apiece.
You know that too. Shoot, that too get you. The first one. Now I'm gonna tell you, you gonna drink the first one, man. You're gonna be like, man, this thing tastes good. But that first one gonna lick you because you're gonna look at the
Mm-hmm.
bottom. You gonna see. Seem like you never ever finish it. Seem like you never finish the first one. You know what I'm saying? Before you get to the
Mm-hmm.
second one. You know what I'm saying?
Second one,
Seems like
yeah.
that's a long 40 ounce to go. You got 10 more ounces to go. You get what I'm saying? And when you got that 10 more ounce, it's warm. It's already warm. It's a different taste when it's warm. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I was, man, that
Matter of
used to be
fact,
the
ain't that
fun
what
time.
we is that what we had when we got pulled over in we was
Mm-hmm.
in Carolina court?
Yeah, yeah.
Tell
That's
the
where at King
story. Let
Cobra.
me hear.
I'll let you go ahead and tell that story.
Well, we went to go see our cousin, and it was us and Jeff. God bless the dead. And you know, we wait for her to come home. And so we sitting there, so we started drinking, and then we just see like the line of the damn cop cars just start filing in, right? And we looking, so we put the cap on it. Gerard was like, hey, when this last one come in, we're gonna go ahead and roll on out. So we seen the last one, we rolled by the time cause you know when you turn in Carolina Court, you go down the hill and veer off to the right, then you go down into the flat. So we was bagged up, came out. So we make the left to go back up the hill. But you know you had to like hook to the right and then go back to the left. By the time we got ready to do that shit, when I tell you that line of motherfuckers that already passed us the first time was already behind us. It was some
Yeah.
at the top waiting on us. We get out. Well, we got pulled over. They was like, you know, get out the car and shit. We get out. They had me. I was at the I was at the hood. I think Gerard was at the back, and I think Jeff was at the
Mm-hmm.
front, if I ain't mistaken.
Yeah.
And they was like, "Where the drugs at?" We was like, "Ain't no drugs in the car." So they started searching the car. All you seen was them putting the bottles on top of the car. Gerard said, oh no, officer, all those are mine." The black color that Gerard, he said, "Oh, so you drinking all these? Oh, you a bad man." Gerard said, "No, I'm not a bad man. I'm just going through some things." So
Oh man.
they patted us down and shit. They was like, we don't want this. We just want the stuff where the stuff at." We was like, hey, we ain't got nothing. So it didn't find nothing. They was like, all right, well, they literally put the shit back in the car and told us, all right,
Mm-hmm.
now go about your business, but you get pulled over with that, you're on your own. We went straight back to damn Jeff house and chucked that shit in the woods. That was the earliest night we ever had. Wasn't nobody in the mood to drink, hang out. We went right back to the fucking house. Man, that shit was a trip though.
Yeah, because they said they had already ran like because when they pulled us over, they already have ran the license plate. So that means, you know what I'm saying, basically like I guess that if we're out riding, then we're subject to get pulled over again.
Uh-huh.
So and then we thought it was somebody that stayed over there that called. And then our mom was like, nah, come I was messing around with that man's wife. But I'm like, how would he even know we were there? Like, how would he even know we were there?
The gray sweats, bat signal was in the air.
Cause yeah, Mom had told me that like I want to say like what year or two, a year late, 2 years later or something.
Yeah. But yeah, we do some stupid shit. Like you remember that time we was leaving Jeff's house and we got pulled over and Jeff was this one we was from time to time we may smoke. We wasn't smokers like that, but Jeff would pack it in and he'll pack the weed inside the black and mild. And so
Mm-hmm.
we was topping down, got pulled over cause I was speeding, going down the hill. The cop was trying to let us go. He literally was like,
Yeah, he
so,
was.
so Mr. Taylor, you got to put your seatbelt on, huh? I said, no. He said, Mr. Taylor, I think you forgot to put your seatbelt on. I said, no, I didn't forget. He said, I'm asking you this one more time, Mr. Taylor. Did you forget to put your seatbelt on? So I look at Gerard and Jeff, and they look at me like, you dumb fuck, say yes. I said, oh, yeah. He said, okay, then. I'm going to let y'all with a warning and a seatbelt ticket. I was like, shit, because I think Jeff ended up sitting on the black because he had
He
started
sat
packing it
on
up,
it.
so he ended up sitting on it and shit.
Mm-hmm.
He do some stupid shit. Some good times though.
Yeah, we all used to do some crazy stuff, man. It's so funny. It's so funny how like if you reminisce from the past and all that stuff like that, it's a blessing from the past. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that the things that you actually used to go through are the things that you used to do back in the past. It actually help you out right now. So I call it a blessing from the past. Like the things that like drinking and smoking and all that stuff like that. There's a lot of people that don't drink and smoke because they did it when they were younger. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's a lot of people like who try to smoke that like me, I try to smoke and like try to the black and mild and you inhale that black and mild the wrong way. Shoot, you better go ahead and call a doctor, but you be called because you ain't supposed to inhale it that way, you know what I'm saying? But I mean it's a blessing and then it's a curse at the same time.
mm-hmm. Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Shoot, I also remember a time that and so when you said pump three, now pump three
Mm-hmm.
is 93, right?
Oh no, that just if it's
No,
folks out there, then you getting it on pump 3.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We didn't mean 93. We meant pump number 3.
I remember one day I was what you call I seen one of this cat from high
Oh
school
man.
and dapped up, you know, had a little quick couple minute conversation. And he turned, he was like he said, yeah, let me get a Dutch, let me get two single cigarettes and he started counting out. Yeah, let me go ahead and get the rest of this on pump 2. And I
Mm-hmm.
looked and I was like, I don't know, maybe he had a little bit more. So when he walked out, the lady at the restaurant looked at me. She said, "You go." He got that, and then turned around and only put $2 in the gas tank. I said, "Jesus!" So I looked out the window and I seen what he was driving.
Mm-hmm.
He was driving the Cutlass. I was like, "Dude, you really put $2 in that motherfucker?"
Hey,
Keep in mind,
hey now, oh,
this
look,
ain't
look,
back
look, look.
to now when the gas was like 79 cents and shit. I'm talking about this was
Hey,
like this had to be about
Maybe he was just
eight years
topping it
ago.
off. But I'm saying, or maybe he was just
hey,
topping it off,
that's right.
Hopefully, hopefully.
or he
Now I'll
just
tell you
needed
this
enough
now.
just to get back to the house.
Yeah.
I think that. I think he had just enough to get there to get that Dutch and then the fucking 2 singles, and it was gonna be a hope and a prayer to get back.
Yeah, I remember a time, man. I had $5 to get. I had $5 in my pocket, bro. Gas at that time was $1.90, $1.90. No, 2.05. Back in gas was $2.05. So I had $5 in my pocket. One or two things, and in order for me to make it home, I had to put that $5 gas. If I wanted to drink, I had to either do the drink and $3 in gas, because once again, old English and Coke 45 and all that stuff like that. Coke 40, yeah, Coke 45 used to be like cheap. You know what I'm saying? So that was the go-to. Man, I just went ahead and I put that $3 of gas, and I forgot, man. I got me a 40 ounce, and I drove that. I drove all the way home. Got make it home, and then I forgot, man. Look, you got to drive to work. You got to do the same thing the next day. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
you should have
Mm-hmm.
actually put that $5 and the whole thing, because like you said too, gas used to be a lot little cheaper back in the days. But it's just so funny,
Mm-hmm.
man. Yep. I remember Acorn's sister. She had no. I ain't gonna talk about Acorn. Sorry. 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 Sorry.
Talk about who?
The Acorn sister. This guy. This guy
Oh.
down where I used to live at Acorn. I mean, I'm sorry for pronouncing, saying his name on this platform because I said I was gonna leave him alone. But Acorn's sister, man, that girl used to be a thug. That girl used to steal cigarette, beer. and gas. She used to. Sorry, I mean,
Dang.
look. Hey, look. If you want gas in your car, she'll ride up to you. Now you got to remember now. Back in the days, these gas stations ain't had the surveillance on the outside. They had it in the inside. You know what I'm saying? So it was
Hmm.
easy for somebody to drive up, and then some of these dang on people, they'll leave the pump on, and we know for a fact at a certain time you're supposed to cut the pump off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like how the way
Hmm.
they do it now, you got a prepaid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know what I
back in the
mean?
day, you didn't really. Sometimes I mean, most gas stations you didn't have to prepay.
Yeah, and Acorn system, man. I mean, like, and I was guilty. Lord, please forgive me for saying this, but she got me a 12 pack. I don't even know how she did it. She went inside the grocery store and came back out with a 12 pack of Michelob. I mean, I said, man, I need some gas in my car. She went, pumped the gas, and and I need by me thinking about it now, because I'm about to incriminate myself. I'm sitting up there, I'm thinking like, man, she drove. I'm sitting there inside this at Pizza Hut, and she said, I'll fill your car with gas. And I forgot. Look, she gotta drive my car up there. Somebody gonna realize that, hey, it's a red car, at this gas pump that speed off.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So so Acorn sister, yeah, Acorn, if you out there, sorry, brother.
Mm.
Yeah,
Not to
she had.
change up, not to change up, but I was watching a reel from Gil's Arena
Yeah.
Yeah.
this morning. So how y'all feel about this dream team that they got real quick? And do y'all think they should have had Kyrie or Jalen Brunson on that team?
I think Jalen Brunson, not Kyrie.
Because do y'all know who's on the team?
Well, I know LeBron. Go ahead.
Yeah. No,
Oh no,
that was Roe.
yeah, I was just saying I don't know. I'm about to pull it up.
Yeah, I
Okay, because
heard
you
that.
know they got it's Steph Curry, LeBron James, AD, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, what's his name from Indiana? Tyler Hasbert or whatever his name is.
Mhm.
Um, Kawhi Leonard, Drew
Why?
Holiday,
Why? Why they got caught? I mean, and then you can't remember.
and
It's Ant Man.
that was the debate. And Ant
Ant
Man,
Man.
yeah, but that was the debate. Like,
No, this.
why is Kawhi on there when Kawhi has missed? Kawhi is out now with a sore knee, and then the one from Indiana, he's hurt. So they were saying, but then it was like, but why Drew Holiday? And they was like, well, for defense. But let's
That's
say
right.
Steph goes out. Drew Holiday cannot pick up the offensive slack to make up for Steph Curry. Normally I don't agree with McCants, and sometimes I don't agree with Gill. But I agreed with them at that point that you should have had a Kyrie or a Jalen Brunson. Because what's the point? I mean, how much like Gil said, how much defense is Drew Holiday gonna play? Because I'm like, think about it.
Mhm.
So you're saying everybody else's defense is weak. So it's like I would have had either Kyrie or Jalen Brunson on that as
Hey,
the backup to Steph.
hey, and I'll say this, man. The only reason why you don't want to have Kyrie on your team, Kyrie gonna actually bring all the shazzle, the dazzle, the izzy, the wizzy, and all that stuff like that. And he beat to his own drum. He really beat to his own drum. You know what I'm saying? And like, he gonna have to have stuff over his head. He gonna have to have the stuff around his neck. His ankle gonna have to be wrapped up. His kneecap gonna have to be wrapped up. He gonna have to actually be sitting on ice. I mean, like, he bring a lot in there. He gonna have to have his own team to come up. That's a lot, man. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, it's one of them things, like, when if you overwhelcome your welcome, overwalk your welcome sometime. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you get. I mean, he had a perfect situation when he was in Cleveland. Then he went what he went at after Cleveland. He went to what?
Boston,
Went
wasn't
to went to
it?
Boston.
Boston.
You know what I'm saying? And then then he went from Boston to New York. And then he's sitting there like, and I have to actually sit here and say this, man. Like, man, dang, you play in the NBA. You got freaking handles. You got some of the best handles that anybody. I mean, like, I watched the movie, man, and Uncle Drew and all that stuff like that. This dude is a killer when it comes down to that. But who want to deal with that garbage? Who want to deal with? And when I say garbage, the baggage. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people don't want to deal with that. A lot of people don't want to deal with Cinderella. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think he would have brought that to this because
You don't never know, man. Because
this is gonna be
look
they.
at him now.
Everybody wants to have that, but everybody wants to have that. To be honest with you, everybody wants that Kobe moment when you've reached that age to where you know, okay, this is my parting gift of being part of Dream Team. But see, that's the thing. Like they said on Gil's Arena, if this falls apart, then everything is gonna be put at LeBron's feet because he was the one who said after they lost the Worlds or whatever, he said, "Okay, we gotta fix this." So he was the one who initiated all of this of getting, you know what I'm saying, Steph and KD and some of these other ones to come to, to even play. So at that point, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think I would take that baggage of Kyrie
Mm-hmm.
No,
over what you would call defense, but it's gonna be lack of offense.
you know,
Not
you
saying that
know.
Drew Holiday can't score, but if Steph, let's say, we don't want nobody to get injured, but let's say Steph get injured, Drew can't score like Steph.
That's what Fox come in at. That I mean, from San
Or yeah, you
Antonio,
could go with or you
you
can
can
go
go
with, I
Fox.
mean, you can go with Darian Fox from
That's right. You
Sacramento.
got Fox. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
can
but
you can go with him too.
you
But
can go with Fox. You can go sit there and you can go with that point guard from Chicago, the one that taking what you call little fella Kobe. You can go with him. He scored like 40 something point, averaging like something like anywhere from 10 to 20 something. You know, it's a lot of good point guards that's out there. The only reason why I said that Kyrie Irving need to sit down, he done enough. And when I say that when you done enough, is that you had an opportunity. You dictate where you want to go at. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that a lot of people say that why he's not on the team. Man, he don't worn out his welcome. Nobody want to hear that. I mean, like, think about the people that's in charge of that, and they don't hear like different sides of like you got a team of people that probably don't complain that much because they superstar. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Kyrie who's a complainer from long time ago now. I don't know if he do that now because he in Dallas because he's not the first person handling the ball. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that
mhm.
you sometimes we have to actually look at the people who's involved in the situation, like who's making the decision, and they're like, man, I can't rock with Kyrie.
I
I
look
mean,
at
think
the
about it
but
for a
see,
second.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I also look at the Olympic experience because he's been through it. If you've never been, I mean, from what I've watched on documentaries and stuff, if you've never been through it, the game is different. How they call the game is different. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just the European way of how they play is different. And I look at the experience. Now, with that being said, is this they're saying okay? You know that's the team of 12, but there'll be alternates. There's
Yeah.
going to be alternates. So you're gonna see a Darian Fox as an alternate, Jalen Brunson as an alternate. Even Kyrie possibly can be an alternate. Now, with that being said, now if we want to talk about complaining, then we can talk about the person that created this new team,
Grant
LeBron
Hill?
James. LeBron
No,
James.
Grant
No,
Hill
he
too.
was a complainer. I'm talking about players. I'm
No.
talking about players. No,
Oh
LeBron
yeah,
was the one
because
who said when the world team lost, LeBron was like, "Hey, I'm coming back." Then he called Steph. Then he talked to KD. So this team Yeah, Grant Hill went out and issued out the jerseys and all the other stuff, but this was per LeBron because Jalen Brunson was on the world team that lost and he got replaced. So when I say as far as people, you know what I'm saying, you could put LeBron in that category too. LeBron had a winning team in Cleveland, but he wanted more.
Man, I'm gonna tell y'all, LeBron just need to retire, man. I mean, like, he can't. I
He
mean,
waiting
like,
on he waiting on Bronny.
man? Look, whoever gonna take Bronny, go ahead and take him so he can retire. I mean, LeBron James needs to just go ahead and rejoice.
I don't know,
We don't
man.
need a 45-year-old player. I mean, he already did the game some good. He did the game
But
some
look at
good.
it though. His game hasn't faltered though.
He said he still
No,
got
it
some in
hasn't.
And that's the crazy thing. He went through and he spent money on his
Millions,
body. Now he's getting
$1 million.
more injuries because he's getting older. But LeBron is still a top 10 player. In some people's
Yeah, yeah.
category, top five.
No, I
In
wouldn't
other
say
people's
top
category, he's
five.
top three.
No, he need to learn how to look. I'll tell you this, and y'all might think I'm crazy for saying this, but when LeBron James not in the game playing with the Lakers, them boys be everybody be scoring. I mean, like LeBron James need to actually figure out in order for that team to actually win, he need to facilitate, shoot when he need to shoot, but actually he got a bunch of young gunners on that team that actually can make it. You know what I'm saying? When he didn't play, when his ankle was hurting, them boys rolled. I mean, I was looking at the game, I was like, dang, without LeBron, you know what I mean? And I was reading some of the comments, and it was like, this team actually do well when they actually share the ball because you got to remember now, LeBron gonna hold up the ball for about 15 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
But when
Mm.
this team actually sitting there and they passing around the ball and that all that stuff like that, they're more better when they actually sharing the ball than actually LeBron holding the ball for 15 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against LeBron and
Yeah.
all this stuff like that. I just think that once you reach 40 years old, you got to hang it up. I mean, even though your body good, go ahead, man. You in a good. I mean, look, I wish I could have actually played basketball up until I was 40 years old. You got a gift. You know what I'm saying? But hang it up before you get hurt. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I know you waiting on your son and all that stuff like that. And for me personally, I know he is top 10, top five, and all that stuff like that. Dang. But let these young kids go ahead and do what they got to do because Lakers will probably be a better off team with him actually facilitating more and scoring, trying to score less because now you got the D Russell picking up, you got Vanderbilt picking up, shooting more. You got AD know that now this is my team. You know what I'm saying? So I can act up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Husa, wherever that guy who came from Washington. I might be saying I call
Hmm.
him Husa. But look, and then you got who else you got out there? You got that dang on Cam Reddish. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people they don't know what to do because they depended on him because they saying that that's your team. You know what I'm saying? When LeBron say, "Hey, it's not my team, it's our team," you see them guys acting up, and they will win. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't gonna win as long as LeBron actually in control of things. I'll tell you. I'll be honest with y'all.
Yeah.
See, but that was the thing though. When the Lakers pulled off the trade with New Orleans for them to get AD, LeBron said, "Okay, we got AD, so now it's my turn to be Robin and let AD be Batman." But what happened? Mr. Glass
Street
was
clothes.
always getting hurt. Street clothes was getting hurt. And then whenever LeBron would pass, which when you think about it, he leads the team in assists. But there's times where he would pass and they wouldn't be able to hit the side of the barn with a baseball bat. So now he gotta do he gotta do whatever it is he gotta do, put up 30, put up 40, and hope for the best that they win. But now that AD done played like 70 something games out of 82, yeah, now he can relax. But that was the plan. That was the Lakers. That team was supposed to be AD. LeBron was gonna take a step back. But AD, them first couple seasons, AD was staying hurt.
Man,
Yeah.
he was hurt a lot. I mean, and that's the thing because you got to remember how the way he played. So think about it. When he was playing with New Orleans, man, that joker used to jump off the gym. Man, I'm telling y'all, when him and Boogie was together, Man, I was like, God dang it! You got 6'11", 6'11". You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all remember when him and Boogie Cousin was playing
Yeah.
together in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
mean, they used to lob each other up, lob each other up. That was an exciting team. But then once again, like AD got hurt because he tried to, with him and all this stuff like that. And somebody was telling me this before. When you're a jumper, you think of jumping more than you actually think of sitting down and then, relaxing and then easing into the play. So you want to jump for every single thing. That's how you continue on getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? And that,
Yeah.
like when AD played, like he backing people down and all that stuff like that. So he stayed hurt, and I agree 100%. There's a lot of players in the NBA that this year right here was the first year that they played 70 something games. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them
Yeah. Well, they
haven't
had
played
to.
70.
You got another choice. You can't make NBA first team on anything if you play less than less than 50, like
65, 65.
65 games, less than 65 games. That's why
Well,
that's
guess
why they
what?
said Kawhi. That's why they said Kawhi is not gonna make NBA first team, and that's lead back to the initial thing was that's why what's his name, Kawhi shouldn't be on the dream on the US team, and the other one from Indiana shouldn't be on that team because they're not gonna make NBA first team because they missed. They like I think they only play I think Kawhi only played like 58 games this season.
So
Technically, the
let me
way
ask
it's
y'all.
supposed to go, the way it went before was, and I didn't know this until Gil said it. It was like they picked the first top out of the first top 15, you pick your 12. That is the team that goes and plays for the Olympics. That's your dream team. And then from there, it kind of changed to now it's kind of like this. And a lot of players are being snubbed that's going, you know what I'm saying? That's going to finish the season NBA first team. That's not going to be on dream team. So
Well,
if you take away Drew Holiday and you put in a Brunson, and then you take away Kawhi and you put in a Darian Fox,
yeah,
that uplifts the point guard play because you're good everywhere else. You're good everywhere else because you got AD, you got Joel Embiid, you know what I'm saying? You got your centers. Your center and your power forward. I mean, you got LeBron, you got KD. So it's like you're good. But where they're
Yeah.
gonna fall apart is if Steph come out there with them bad ankles and something happen, this is what we got. Drew Holiday. Nothing against him. He can hit big shots, but the scoring that you'll be missing will be the problem.
They
That's
said they
why I
got.
said, I would take the baggage of a Kyrie because Kyrie played different. He was different when he played Dream Team. Different Kyrie. You get different sides of Kyrie. You got regular season Kyrie, then you got USA basketball Kyrie.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, you can Gilnam said, you got Darian Fox also. So, but within that team, they're gonna have alternates
yeah.
Yeah.
because Kawhi is not gonna play. I'm gonna be
Oh
honest. Kawhi ain't gonna
no.
play. I mean, shit, they could have used Paul George.
No, you know what? And I'm glad you said that. But it's a lot of other man. Look, I'll tell you this. That dang on Oklahoma Thunder, them young kids in there, man, good gosh, man, I was sitting up here watching a video. They're the number one team in the Western Conference, right? And
Hmm.
their average age is 26 and younger. Yeah, and that
But don't that
remind me of
remind you of something though? But what did
Kevin
it? But
Durant,
what does it remind you? Exactly.
Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and old James Harden.
How
That
long you
team,
think that
man.
team gonna
Look,
stay together?
uh, probably until the end of next year. They're
That's what
gonna
I'm
have one
thinking.
more run at it. They're gonna have one more run at it. But then that's when everybody gonna find out that, look, man, look, I'm good, man. I don't need to be a bench player no more. I'm good to rock with another team. And what I'm saying is that they need to pick. I mean, like I know with the USA team, you got LeBron, who's 40 years old. You got KD, who's 30 something years old. You got Steph, who's 30 something years old. You got Kyrie, who's 30 something years old. You got Ant-Man, who's 20 something years old. You know what I mean? Look, think about it. The international talents is totally different than the United States talents. You know what I'm saying? You can't have
Hmm.
Yeah.
look. You expect LeBron James to run up against the inter. I mean, them guys got some energy up in the international league now. Don't get it twisted.
I look at, but see, I look at the experience factor. The experience factor. That's what I look at. And and when you think about it, this is a farewell because you will not see LeBron play another one. This
I
is
don't.
Steph first and last.
Yeah, I hope so.
Kevin Durant won't play another one because if they
No,
win the
he sucked.
gold, Kevin Durant will surpass Melo with more gold medals. So it's like by next time you're gonna see a couple of those players from OKC. You're gonna see De'Aaron Fox, some of these younger players. You're gonna see them going forward. But this right here, this is what they call the assemble the Avengers. So this that one last hurrah for them. But they're not, LeBron is not gonna play another one. He's not
Yeah.
gonna be in this will probably be his last one.
And I mean,
Think
and
about
I'm
it.
not
That's
trying to
four.
beat
Think about it. After this one, this will be it'd be 4 years later. LeBron will probably be gone 4 years later.
Well, I'm not trying to beat up LeBron James. I'm just saying in general, you need younger talent to support the younger talent in the international league. China got 7'6" people. I mean, like China got a 6'9" point guard out there. 6'9". I mean, like you got China who got all these tall people and all that stuff like that, and who's younger. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying
Hmm.
is that I mean, as a United States, we need to we do it because they are the face of the league and all that stuff like that. But we need to actually use other people with their potential. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of people in that league that got a lot of potential. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by each
Well,
team got somebody. Look. So think about it now. Each team got somebody who got like somebody who's a superstar that about to get the max contract because they're averaging 20 something points. You get what I'm saying?
mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they're trying to mirror the 92 team. 92 team, the youngest player was Christian Laettner. Everybody was 30 plus on that team.
But
So I
that
guess
was a
they
totally
trying to
different
mirror
team.
totally different era, totally different time. But like I said, they assembled this team, and I felt like this was the last hurrah for them. Steph
Yeah.
never played for the U.S. team. I think he played the world team, but not the like the playing Olympics. So it's like give them that. I say give them that because these young players have time.
Oh, and then
And the thing about it
we
was,
forgot about
if they had not lost, but see, that's what everybody, and that is why you have to have some experience in far as the players that they assembled, the ones that have played in that European setting or whatever. If the world team hadn't a loss, we wouldn't be having this conversation. The world team had all young players on there. There was no LeBron, there was no Steph, there was no Kawhi, no AD, no Kevin Durant, no Kyrie. All the world team was these players that you're talking about right now.
like who?
And they got the world team. The world team had the one from OKC, Jalen Brunson. They were on the world team. That's why they're not on this team. Everybody was replaced from the world team. Everybody knows the world team normally is the team that they end up getting a slot with the US team. The world team got beat. That's why they didn't use none of them. World team,
Look, let me
and the crazy thing was the world team got beat by what's the name's team? The one that he used to talk shit to LeBron. He was I can't remember what team he was with. He was with the Grizzlies,
Oh, you talking about the guy
but
that
then
from
got
Houston,
traded. He Houston now.
Brooks.
Yeah,
Brooks.
Brooks. Yeah. Brooks went in there and put on a shooting clinic in that game. That's when they said, okay, okay. LeBron was like, all right, now, come on now, really,
Yeah.
really. So yeah, go look up the world team that lost this last world team. It was all young players. There was no old. It was no old players on that. But I
Well, I wish
understand what
them.
you're saying to keep up with the group. But when you think about it, when you look at those world teams like Team France and all them other teams, those some of those players are not 18, 19. Some of them players is 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31,
But
32.
think, yeah,
But they've
but if you
played
think,
together for so long.
and that's what I was trying to get at. Because if you think about how the way they play together and all that stuff like that, they play together because they've been, like you said, they've been playing together for so long and all this stuff like that. So they're not 19 and 20. You know what I mean? They're in
Hmm.
20s and almost 30, but they've been playing together, so they know the spots. They know the hot spots. You know what I'm saying, for one person. You know what I mean?
Hmm. But see, that's
So
why I
you're a
said
hundred.
sometimes. That's why I said sometimes. I mean, I know youth, and at some point, those players, they're gonna be on that. They're gonna be on that team. But I just feel like at some point you got to have some. You know what I mean? Like you had to have been through it. And like I
See,
said, that world team was not that good. I'm gonna be honest with you.
no,
They
man.
wasn't that good. That world team was not that good. They gave me vibes of the 90, well, the 90, well, no, what team lost that had, it was LeBron, D Wade, and Melo. It was their first Olympics and they didn't play
Yeah.
that year. That's what that world team remind me of.
Ugh.
So sometimes, yeah, youth in the end, you're gonna need youth. I mean, I agree with
Yeah.
you on that. But you got to have some form of experience. And if you would have took
We'll
that
see.
world team and put them with and made them the U.S. team, they were not going to win. I'm going to be honest with you. They were not going to win. Not you. This team might not win. We don't know. But then they're giving you a show because when you think about it, this will be the last time that you will see Kevin Durant, LeBron, Steph on one team. Are we gonna, you gonna see Steph shooting from everywhere? Now, I feel like they should have had Dame Lillard on that team. I feel like he should have been on that team. I mean, you could have went either way, but I feel like Dame should have been on that team and not
Well,
Drew Holiday.
so I mean, if you think about the players that they had on the world team and all that stuff like that, they had a solid core group of people that's making money. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
mean, like if I'm thinking about it, you had I think his name was Jared what is Jared Jackson Jr. He was on there, and then they had Cam Jordan, Johnson, or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. So they had, I
Cam
mean, they
Jordan.
had
Yeah.
some, they had Bobby Portis. So they had some players that actually do like pretty good for their team. But the saddest part about it, they didn't have not one superstar other than Anthony Edwards. You know what I'm saying? So Anthony Edwards was the lone superstar. Other than him and Jalen Brunson, of course they won. I wouldn't ask him. I wouldn't ask
Well, they
none of
had
them
what's
to
his name
come back.
too. Whoever the leading scorer for OKC, he was on that team too.
Shy,
What's the Yeah, Shy was on that
Shy.
team too. Yeah,
Now
Shy
that's
was
who
on the
they
world
need because
team
he.
too.
Now don't get it twisted. Now he the MVP of this of this here lead. Now don't get it twisted. Now that little fella,
Yeah, I
man.
know. But I said no. Individually, they are great. As a team,
Not so much.
they sucked. But that was their first time in international play.
Yeah.
Will you have that same problem 4 years from now when the next Olympics come up? No, I think they'll be better. Either that or they need to go to the old way. Like Gil said, you pick the top 12, whatever, then you get that one, whoever the player of the year was in college gets the last slot. Take it back to the old way. Because 92, it was Christian Laettner. In 96, it was Shaq. You do it that way, then your young players, you're going to get a mesh of young and older players.
Uh-huh.
And then you won't have a team of all young players because that was the problem. You got a team of all young players. The success rate is not going to be very well. You need that mixture. You need that mixture. There will never be a team that'll beat out the 92 team. That was the greatest team assembled. There will never any other team
Yes,
after
sir.
that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say 96. 96 was the second best team. To me, the third team after that would be the team where they had to call Kobe to bring Kobe in there. That to me would be the top three US teams. So there would never be a team that'd be better than the 92 team. Because all of them were in their prime. All of them were in their prime. You had a prime Charles Barkley, a prime John Stockton, Karl Malone, Chris Mullins, Jordan, Pippen, Magic, Bird. Well, no, Bird was on the end. Bird and Magic, they were at the top of the hill. Like they were, you know what I mean? But when there were shots that were needed, that's where you got it from. So it was like you had David Robinson. So that's what I'm saying. You
Tim
won't get
Duncan.
another. Tim Duncan wasn't on that
Hey,
team. Not on 92.
Tim Duncan wasn't on that team? Because
Not on
I thought
92.
so. Who was the
Not in
19-year-old?
92.
No, who was the
Christian
19-year-old
Laettner.
that was on it? Oh yeah, Kristen. Yeah,
Because
yes.
that was the debate. Who was the better player? Was it Shaq or was it Christian Laettner? And it ended up being they went with Christian Laettner, who did not really play, because that was the debate. A lot of people felt like it should have been Shaq. Shaq was there when you looked at statistically, Shaq was the better player than
But
Christian
he
Laettner,
wasn't.
but Christian Laettner was the senior coming off of what national championship.
That's right. He hit that shot,
So that is
Yeah.
why. But it didn't matter because the shot didn't help him get on the court.
but the experience happened though.
Yeah, well, I mean, he could have, to be honest with you, the experience of what? He could have watched
Sitting
it
in
from
there,
at home like we did. Because all he did was watch. That motherfucker didn't play. I bet you can't find no highlights of Christian Laettner.
I
A
got
lot
one
of people
highlight.
forgot he was a lot of people forgot that motherfucker was on the team.
I got one highlight of him. He diving for the ball during practice.
Okay. Now I'm gonna be like Allen Iverson. Practice.
Okay.
So we talking about practice. We ain't talking about
He
the
did very
game, but we talking about
he
practice.
did he did very well during practice.
And it didn't help him get on that court though. But I mean, they could always go back to that. But then with that being said, as long as LeBron is, let's say 4 years from now, LeBron is still playing. This motherfucker putting up 25 points a game, and he's playing. So now you looking at, okay, he could be first team NBA. Now LeBron is back, unless he gives up his spot. Oh, I forgot about the team what team had Vince Carter on it?
Oh shoot.
Was that what 90? Was that 2000?
92, 96,
I
2000,
want to.
2004.
That would be. That's the third best team. That's the third best team because nobody came close to beating them.
Didn't they have Reggie Miller on that team?
Yep.
Say what?
I thought they did.
Wasn't Reggie Miller on that team too? Wasn't it Reggie Miller
Kevin
last one?
Garnett. Kevin Garnett. Shit, I can't remember who else was on that team. I think so. I think it was Reggie Miller. Could have been. Or was Reggie Miller in '96? Who was in '96?
I think Reggie was on 96 team. But I couldn't remember if he was on 2000 was the last one. Or was it the 014 was his last one?
I can't remember. I wasn't trying to take us into sports, but I just, what I'm saying, because I saw that. Um, I just, wanted y'all opinion on that. You know what I'm saying?
No, you good.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, I love talking about sports. So I'm glad we talking about sports, and so just to actually kick it into another sport, since we're talking about basketball, let's talk about football. How do you guys feel about every single player feel that leave Colorado feel like Deion Sanders give treatment to certain players.
I think Dion treated. I feel like Dion. He may have treated some better. I ain't gonna say better than others, but I feel like you know what I'm saying. Hmm, I think he loved them all the same.
I don't think
But
so.
let's be
You know why I
honest.
say that?
But let's be
You know what?
honest. If you got multiple kids, you're gonna take a. You're not. You know. You don't. People don't say it out loud, but you're gonna take a liking to one kid more than the other ones.
It's kind of hard to do that because all the
It's
kids got
hard.
different characteristic. So like
It's
if you
hard.
think
I
about
mean,
your
but
kid,
yeah, but looking at that, I'm be honest with you, looking at that group, I'm not gonna lie. I probably will like Shador a little bit more. I probably will like Travis Henry a little bit, more. Certain ones.
but you know that can mess up the base of a team though, the foundation of a team. Because think about it, his whole offensive line from last year left. You know what I'm saying? So if you think about it,
Yeah.
he should at least had those same five guys to come back because now they're actually going to year two
Mm.
of something different. You know what I'm saying? So that now these new guys got to learn a totally different offense because they don't have the same offensive coordinator. Remember now, he went to San Diego State. They got Pat
Yeah,
Shermer
but
there.
yeah,
So
but
think so
if,
so go ahead.
no, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, no. Only thing I was gonna say is that if you think about it, like the logistic of it is that if I had a son that was playing at Colorado, and he went inside the transfer portal from another school, and he went there and he giving it 100, and he's not actually getting playing time, and he's doing the film because now you got players saying that Shador don't study, Shiloh don't study, Travis don't study, but then the other guy that he said that last year that wasn't studying, Cromartie, he said he wasn't studying films because he looked at the film time. Then come to find out, the report came out that half of the people that he was like saying a dog wasn't studying themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be. I mean, so at the end of the day,
Well,
go ahead.
oh no, no. I was just gonna say you got to think about it. Let's really think about it. If all five of them offensive linemen would have stayed, even though they would have been their second year, that offensive line still sucked.
I don't think so. No, you know why I don't think
No,
so?
that offensive line.
Because
Oh, no, no. Shador and then
look at their size now. Look at their size now. Them
he
guys
got
got
big, but he
muscle.
had bigger. Yeah, but he needed.
No, no,
But that
no,
was the thing. They were undersized. They were undersized
no.
offensive linemen.
They were
Yeah, they
undersized
were
last year,
undersized.
but they were six.
Hmm.
Look at the average. It was 6'6". The tallest guy was 6'10". He just left. He just entered the portal last week. So you had six
Yeah,
foot ten,
because
6'9", 6'6", 6'6", and all them guys like that entered the portal. They average weight went up an extra 20 pounds. You
yeah,
know what I'm
but that
saying?
was
So
because that was. But see that. But that's just like okay. That's just like college basketball. Okay, Duke got a bunch that's going through transfer portal.
seven.
We got a Jeremy Roach that was the captain last year is going into the portal because there's a new group coming in. And instead of
Y'all got
staying and fighting the new group, fight for your spot, you're gonna leave. That was the problem when Dion got there. Dion did people made it seem like Dion said, y'all, what he said was basically if you're not gonna fight for your position, then you might as well go through the transfer portal.
no. He
That's what
said
he told that group.
no. He told that group this. He said I brought my Louis with me.
Yeah. And then he went back and
So
explained what he said with Skip Bayless and them.
but
He
he
was
brought
like,
his dude.
he said, I never told them to leave. They
No,
left on
look.
their own.
Come on now and think about it, Gerard. Now look, That just like that man coming in there the day of the bar, me and you and the basketball team, and he telling me that he brought his own Louis with him. Come on now, think about it,
You
man.
stay
Shoot,
if you stay and
I'm
fight.
not staying. No, I'm not
You
staying
stay
to
and
fight. You
fight.
know
Let
why I
the
ain't gonna stay?
stay and fight. Let the chips fall where they may.
So
Let the
you
chips
gonna say
fall. You
that?
stay and fight.
So you gonna say?
I'm gonna
So
stay and
you
fight.
telling me right? Okay, so you telling me right now that that man tell you brought his own Louis and you a safety, and then guess who gonna
Mhm.
take your place? Shiloh. You gonna sit on the bench for Shiloh?
I will put
You
up
gonna
a
stay and
fight,
fight?
and if I lose, I will stay to fight. And if I lose, then I will kindly go into the transfer portal. But I would at least put up the effort because effort takes you a long way. Because Shiloh can get hurt. Not saying you wish injury on anybody, but anything could happen. Shiloh can have a bad game, a bad quarter. Okay, now I get to come out there.
So
So
think
I look.
about
That's
it
how I
for a
look
second.
at it. That's how I look at it.
So I think of it like, and I agree 100 with what you're saying, and I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying because you're 100% right.
Hmm.
What I'm saying is that like when football players like when you got your dad already know the position and he want his kids to actually sit there and because he already got to figure out with his kids. You know what I'm saying? He already said
Hmm.
his kid was the starting quarterback. There's no changing. He already had a
Yeah, yeah,
safety. I mean,
yeah, cause cause Shador was better than what they already had.
I
Colorado's
understand that, but
quarterback before that sucked. I understand what you're saying, though. I understand what you're saying.
you know, it's just crazy how the way the favoritism work. You know what I'm saying? And then all these other kids they see the favoritism, and then that's what break them down as a team. And what I'm saying is that by the offensive line and all that stuff like that, I understand that all of them, from what I was told and from what I was each and every single one of them gained weight, were working out because every time they heard was that Deion Sanders sitting on TV in the offensive line. But if you look at some of the games, Shador did hold the ball when he should have checked down to the running back. You know what I'm saying? He should have checked down to the running back. He
Hmm.
hold the ball. That's where the sack happened. Now I'm not saying all the sacks happen that way, but I'm saying 20 out of the
Hmm.
40 something or 50 something sack that he had, 20 of them happened because he hold the ball too long when he should have checked down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that Shador is a good quarterback. I looked at him, I looked at his film and all that stuff like that. But the only thing that I gotta say about the whole situation, favoritism should not actually be involved. You gotta pick the right players in the right position at the right time. You know what I'm saying? If your son is not tackling good, you pull him out of the game just like how you pull that cornerback out of the game or that defensive tackle out of the game. You know what I'm saying? If that
Hmm.
quarterback throwing all them interception and he's your son, you pull him out of that game and you put some fresh face in there because that's what your son probably might need. Or that wide receiver or that cornerback in Travis, if he's actually because I'm telling you right now, go back to the Arizona game. Arizona State, man, that wide receiver cooked him. He shouldn't have been playing two position in that game. That wide receiver cooked Travis. Travis should have actually just only been playing defense at that time. He shouldn't have been doing both. I would actually just go ahead and say, "Hey, man, I need you on defense." But once they found out that he was doing two position, they cooked the crap out of Travis. Go back to the Arizona State game and look how many times that wide receiver. That wide receiver was wide open. That guy ran right past him because he was tired. So you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So what I'm
I
saying
mean,
is
but I
that
also look. Uh huh.
go ahead, go ahead. I'm listening.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, and that's the difference. Like you do have some players that that can they dog status, and Travis is a dog. You know what I mean? But he at that particular game, I think he had just came back 2 games or a game before that from his rib injury. You know what I mean? So he probably couldn't cover that guy that outbeat him.
Yeah.
But no, you good.
Oh no, what I was gonna say was at the end of the. I mean, is I don't s- I don't really see it as favoritism. I mean, in my opinion, I look at it like what is at that moment what is best for the team. What's best for the team was Shador. Now, with all that being said, all the offensive linemen leaving or whatever, but that's part of college sports. You recruit every year. So every year you're fighting for your spot. It's nothing that says, okay, you came to Colorado as a freshman, you're going to be here for the next 2 to 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be my starter. That's not true. That's not true. You can get a two what a 6'9", 278, 278 pound offensive lineman that got the speed of whatever and is 3 times better than you. Even though you've been here, you might know the offense. This recruit that came in and is better than you. You got to fight for your spot. You don't leave. I feel like if you leave, but then you're leaving under the cloud of, well, it's favoritism. No, it's because it's a fear that he's bringing in someone else that possibly could be better. That's what college football is the same way. College basketball is the same way. You know what I'm saying? You can start
Mm-hmm.
this year, but be on the bench next year. But when you just pick up your ball and throw it in the bag and say, you know what, I'm out. So now, when it's like, oh, so why is the offensive line? Why did everybody leave from the offensive line? Oh, because it's favoritism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay and fight. Fight for your position. Because
Well, and
it's real funny how all these offensive linemen left, and what was the biggest concern that they tried to tackle? Bringing in more offensive linemen. They had the one, whenever whoever he is, I think he was like the number one offensive lineman or whatever in the country or whatever. And it's like, so then people, you know what I mean? So it's like now all of a sudden now everybody want to leave. This is what college sports is. You might not start. That kid that's a year younger could be a whole lot better. But that's what it is. You just have to stay and fight for your position. Because who's to say you go through transfer portal, you're gonna start wherever you're going. You still might come off the bench. You leave Colorado to go to USC. Who say you're gonna start at USC?
Hmm.
So now you coming off the bench. Hell, you could have stayed in Colorado. Odds are you're gonna have a better shot. You got a better shot of getting off the bench than you would at USC.
well, I think the favoritism come in is because how the way certain players like you can't tackle certain players. You know what I'm saying? Or and whatnot. I think that's where the favoritism stuff come in. And you got to remember too now. If you think about Dion and all this stuff like that, Dion is an open book. You know what I'm saying? He speak
Mm-hmm.
what he say and he mean what he say. You know what I'm saying? And when he sit there and say this person is a dog, but this man, that person struggling, he not one time said that Shador did something wrong in any of the game last year. You know what I'm saying? He just said he put it on the offensive line. So think about it now. My son sitting there at 6'6", he's the tackle and all this stuff like that. And they telling me to hold somebody for 5 seconds and let them go. The ball should be gone, and he gets sacked. And then you saying it's the offensive line problem. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Think about it. Come on now. You get what I'm saying?
Well, at
So
that too, you also trying
no,
to
no.
protect.
So
He trying.
no,
Well,
think
see,
about
I
it
agree
now.
with you. No, I
But
agree
see,
with you. No, I agree with you. But I also feel like, let's say you're the quarterback of Colorado and it's your son, and you're trying to build his draft stock. You're not gonna. Yeah, you should say, well, yeah, Shador. No, but you should be like, yeah, my son really stunk it up tonight. You know what I'm saying? He held that ball too goddamn long. You done pick everything. Now he go from Heisman status to maybe third round, seventh round quarterback. So it's like I wouldn't trash the
it's a
offensive line,
but it's a pro
but the
problem
offensive
though.
line had questions from the beginning.
Yeah, we know that, but it's the type of protocol because if you sit there, I'm telling you right now, you go back and you look at all the games. They had Colorado game on the other day. They had a bunch of games that was going on from Colorado. And you sit there and you look at he back up and you can see Dylan Edwards or you can see number 9 or you can see the other person in the flat waiting on him that but he's looking for the long ball or he looking for this person to actually make a move and then once again like I said they only got 5 seconds, you know what I'm saying, that ball supposed let's go, that ball supposed to be gone and all that stuff like that. So what I'm saying is that when you sit there and you openly said we need better offense, man, that'll crush my kid heart. I don't know about you guys, but I'll be
Yeah.
like, man, when I Porter open, when I Porter open, man, you better get your behind that Porter because look, you protecting him, but he actually holding on to the ball and all this stuff like that. And then his dad sitting there and saying, and look how many times Dion said that though. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm just telling you guys, if you go back and you listen to his interview, how many times he said we need better people and we got the dogs coming last year. Come on now. That's why everybody had to leave. That's I mean, like if you sitting there saying you need better defensive tackle, God damn, you killing my spirit, man. You tell me that in the locker room,
Or
but you telling
or is it a a mind trick and it's getting you to work harder?
Could be that.
When you
Could be
think
a little
about it,
bit of
when
both.
Dion does stuff for a reason
no, but he needs to
because
stop
he
doing
did
that.
not want all them players, but he didn't want all them players to leave when they left initially when he got there. He didn't
But
want
he
them to
said he
leave.
got his
He
Louis.
wanted
But
them,
he said,
yeah,
bro, he
but
said he
he
bringing his
thought
Louis.
what he thought was I'm gonna be honest with you, he only thought he thought for sure one player was gonna leave. That was the quarterback. He made that perfectly clear. He said there was really nothing you can do for me. Last year you went 1-10. Well, the year before you went 1-10. Shador can get me more games. So Shador is gonna be starting quarterback. The expectation was for the other ones to fight and stay. That's why only certain ones stayed and fought
Mm-hmm.
and started. Because think about it now. All the people that left, how many stayed and how many started? Just about every one of them that stayed, the few that stayed, they started. They started. Dion did that for a reason, but it backfired. Because like you said, they heard what he said. Oh, I'm bringing my Louis, bringing my dogs or whatever, and they left. But the ones that stayed, they started.
They did start, but you know what? Once again, like I said, he need to his narrative for this year right here. Don't kill them kids' spirit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know that you being honest and all that stuff like that. Be honest on the situation. For me personally, you know what I'm saying. And what I mean by being honest on the situation is that, like, if the quarterback messed up, say the quarterback messed up, if your son didn't hit the tackle, say he messed up. If Travis got burned, say he got burned. You know what I'm saying? Don't deflect the situation that somebody else kid. You know what I'm saying? And say that
Mm-hmm.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? He
Well,
need
I'm
to
gonna be honest
stop
with you.
doing that. He
That's
need to
but
stop
see,
doing that.
and if that's the gross reality. How many NFL quarterbacks we've seen hold the ball too long, and the offensive line gets blamed. Offensive lineman gets blamed.
But but think about it now. Some of these offensive line, I mean, these jokers 300 and something pounds, so they going someplace in next year. Somebody gonna pick them up and pay them a little bit more, about $1 million more. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying
And
with
but
a
see that's what I'm
kid,
saying though. Is
what
but
I'm
it's
saying
to
with a
build.
kid,
I mean, it
with a
builds
kid
your.
perspective.
I guess
Yeah,
builds your character.
yeah.
Builds
And that's
character. I guess. I don't know.
yeah. But with a kid perspective is that you got to remember now these kids are 19, 18, 20 years old, and once you kill their spirit and come on, you can't do that. And that's why I said everything should be shared in the locker room. Nothing should be shared to the. I mean, like, let's go, and I'm gonna be honest about it. You know what I'm saying? Be honest about when your kid mess up. You know what I'm saying? Not one time. Not one time. If you go back and you look at all his interview, not one time that he blamed Shador for anything. Not one time.
Yeah.
The question was one of the questions, and I'm reading one of the questions. One of the questions was like this. It says just like this. It said, "Do you think that Shador hold the ball too long?" And this is what he said. It's the offensive line. He said, "But we got some dogs coming next year." Come on, man.
Well, at the end of the day, um, should he shoot the offensive line? No, he shouldn't. But at the
No,
end of the day,
that's the
that's the
backbone.
problem, like you said. But see, that's the problem, like you said earlier. When you are your coach, when you the coach and the dad, because literally he told both of them, Shiloh and Shador, both of them wanted to come out. They want to come out
Yeah,
and go ahead and declare. He said, "Y'all ain't going nowhere." So that's where you know what I'm saying. You still have the dad aspect too. So as a dad, he's not going to see the miscues. As the coach, he's not going to see the miscues because being dad mode. So it'll be quick to blame the offensive line for not holding up. But at the
yeah,
end of the day, I just feel like I wouldn't have left. I don't care if he would have blame me for anything. I would have stayed.
yeah. And
I would
you
have
know what?
stayed. Fight for
And
my spot
you
because
just like
you
me.
go in that
I
transfer
would have been.
portal. Who to say you go in that transfer portal? All of your miscues that gonna get highlighted somewhere else
Yeah.
because he didn't blame an individual. He blamed the line. So now you going somewhere else where you just could have stayed and fought for your spot.
Yeah, you know what, and that's the thing. I think that like when my son, I mean, like, cause he still plays sports and all that stuff like that, and for me looking in, and I can honestly and say this is an experience right here, cause I dealt with it. So when my son was playing, and I was trying to figure out why he wasn't playing and all that stuff like that, and then I had a conversation with the coach. The coach said it was nothing what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, well, my thing is that he started all in his ninth grade year, but this is 10th grade year, and you guys put him on defense. I mean, you guys put him on offense, then y'all put him on defense. Y'all double working him and all this stuff like that when he only want to play defense. And the coach said, well, for his size and all that stuff like that, we got to use him because we got to actually switch out our guards and all this stuff like that. And I said, well, I'm okay with that. But I was like, when he's not playing on defense, he's just standing there. I said, and he said, well, it's a different kind of like package that we have coming in and blah blah blah. But I said when he come in the game, and this is what exactly what I said to him. I said when he come in the game, he got like one sack, he fumble, get a fumble recovery and all that stuff like that. He, either getting close to the quarterback. So I'm saying, I said I'm kind of confused by this, as a father talking
Yeah.
to
Mm-hmm.
the head coach of a high school team. And you know what he said? He said, you know what? We look at it as practice. You know what I'm saying? He said he hurt himself and all that stuff like that, and the available players that we had and all the stuff like that was this person, that person, and we had to pit them in because he hurt himself. You know what I'm saying? And I said, I understand, but if he was a starter, how can he actually go from being starter to the backup because he hurt himself in practice? You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's still practicing, but he's hurt himself. So how you can
Mm-hmm.
actually take him out of being a starting left tackle or starting defensive tackle to actually be on the bench? You know what I'm saying? And I said, and I
Yeah.
said, and I told the coach this. I said that's what killed his spirit from playing football, because you guys want him to come back and play. He don't want to come back and play because he don't want to be on the bench because he know for a fact he's better than the other 72 players that you got out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, it's like one of those things. Like, so I understand, like, when you actually have a kid to go to, because I dealt with it. You know what I'm saying? And now he, like he's rejoiced because he want to play again and all this stuff like that because he took last year off and all that because he didn't want to deal with the problem because he was dealing with the coach because the coach wanted other players to play because he didn't feel as though. And matter of fact, let me tell y'all this too now because I checked the coach. I said, okay, so I'm gonna use Gary because his name is not Gary, but I'm gonna say Gary as the person name. I said, so Gary is the starting safety. He missed all week of practice, but I see you got him out there, and the coach couldn't answer that. So I said, I said Gary missed 2 weeks now. You know what I'm saying? So if he missed two
Mm-hmm.
weeks, the other little freshman should have been starting before Gary came back to start. Because I mean, since my son was hurt doing practice, you know what I mean. The coach couldn't
Yeah.
answer that. I said,
Yeah.
so if you're gonna do something, you gotta do it fairly. Because if I see Gary on the bench, then I understand. But if I see my son and then my son and Gary, both of them hurt at the same time, and all that stuff like that, and that's why I said about Dion, he's doing the same thing that a coach would do. You know what I'm saying? The leverage is like
Mm-hmm.
unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? They use their leverage more than anything in this world. You know what I'm saying? Because I dealt with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So when I talk, I'm talking about when I talk about it, I'm talking about me being experienced to it because I dealt with it with my son. So at the end of the day, man, like I said, I mean, he gonna go back. He gonna go back stronger and do what he do and all that stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it took him to sit down and say, man, if they need me to play, I'll play because I want to play and all this stuff like that. I just don't want them to. I mean, because I had surgery, because my son had surgery on his knee. He rushed himself back to
Mm-hmm.
actually go back and play. He had surgery on his knee and all this stuff like that. We paid thousands and thousands of dollars out of our pocket for him to have surgery on his knee for him to actually go back to play. And then the next year, because he was dealing with the calf injury, the ankle injury, and all it wasn't a knee injury that he had to get scope, but it was just like the little stuff, you know what I'm saying, that he had problems
Mm-hmm.
with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy when you deal with like and as a father, man, a lot of people get passionate about it, and I got passionate about it. I have to actually sit there and say, "Oh, no, don't do it, man. You about to curse this man out. You about to curse this man out. Your son got to deal with him. You actually just go ahead and you be that father. You be that support system for the team and your son. But you actually explain to this man what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because when you see
Mm-hmm.
that person or you see a couple people that been hurt, they came back in the starting lineup. Come on now, you got to be. Hey, you got to be the same all the way around. You got to be the same, bro. If you ain't the same, least not have them to start the game, but have them come in the second time the defense or the offense play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not have them start.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of people appreciate that more. But back on Dion,
Yeah.
right quick, I just think that Dion right now he loose with the lips because he's very transparent and he's straightforward. But at the end of the day, he need to treat each and every single one of them kids the same. If Shador have a bad season, Shiloh have a bad season, Travis had a bad season, or whoever he got in there have a bad season, he need to sit them down and say, hey, I'm gonna let this other person come in because you're struggling with passing, or you're struggling with tackling, or you're struggling with catching the ball. And I think the team will probably like look at that and be like, man, I understand, man. I see, man. He set the quarterback down for throwing 2 interceptions. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
But that's the thing when you put all your eggs in one basket, all his eggs
Yep.
are in Shador's basket. We know
Yep.
nothing about this backup. The backup could be way worse than what Shador would have
Oh,
been, would have been doing in that one game.
and they
I
got
never
that.
saw the backup play, so I don't know.
So and they got that backup from. I mean, this year they got a backup from. They got a tall. It's a black guy. He like 6 foot something, and then they got number 16, who's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So they do have a backup. You know what I'm saying? I seen them because I was scoping them out, like on YouTube. So I was scoping them out. I seen that number 16 was doing some long pass and all that stuff like that. So I mean, they got a good backup. The only thing that they need to do is just be consistent. And like I said, every players need to be treated the same because the report is out there. You know what I'm saying? No favoritism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's favoritism everywhere. Not that I
Oh
agree.
yeah.
I agree with
Oh yeah.
you that it
Oh
shouldn't
yeah.
be. But then you look at it. I watched Pivot Podcast real quick where they had what's his name, Caleb Williams on there. When he got, I think when Oklahoma, when he before he went into the portal to go to USC, he came into there saying he was gonna beat out that quarterback. He was better than that quarterback, but because that quarterback was projected to be like a top pick, he started for the first 6 games. So that's why I said, I mean, no matter how you look at it, there will be some favoritism. Plus, Dion brought players with him, so he
Yeah.
knows. So that's why and it's like, okay, what I have here now came through the transfer portal, or that was already here. I know nothing about you, but I know what I got. I know what I'm bringing with me. I know that for the first so many games, Shador was up. His name was going to be put up with as far as Heisman.
That's right.
So he knows what he has. Um, I just feel like I wouldn't have left because who's to say you go into that transfer portal that you're going to start
And he said
in
that.
everything that Dion probably said about that offensive line, they whatever. What if they get over there and you have that same problem? So now it was the offensive line. Now, did Shador hold the ball too long? Yes. You've said it, and I heard somebody else say it. I want to say Ryan Clark. Somebody else said it also. Somebody else said that he tends to hold the ball too long because he's looking for the big play. Think about it. This is Deion Sanders' son. Everything he does is flashy. So he's looking for the ESPN highlight, the thing that's going to catapult him into the Heisman discussion. Should he do that? No. I mean, if you need to
Yeah.
check down, check down. You know what I'm
Check
saying? I,
down.
I agree with you
Yeah.
on that. I agree with you on that. But I just feel like you don't leave
That's right.
because then you build a mindset of being a quitter. When shit
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
rough, oh, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna leave.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I hate about the transfer portal.
They need to
When
stop it
you
though.
when you sat at that table and you had them list of hats right there, and you sit there
Yep.
and played the game of, yeah, I ain't going with them, and you throw the hat, and then this is the hat that you pick. This is where you stay.
Yeah.
Mind you, when they was doing all this stuff, getting ready, they doing the summer camps, getting to camp or whatever. Everybody was acting like they were good. Now all of a sudden, Dion is bringing them in from the transfer portal. So now it's like he's trying to address the problems because that was a problem. Shador can
Yeah.
hold that ball, and he got sacked out of the 50 times. He got sacked 20 of them, or 25, 30 of it was him holding that ball. But the
That's right.
offensive line
That's right.
still broke 20 plus times. 20 plus times they still
That's
broke.
right. Yeah.
So it was like
Yeah.
so when he addressed that, now it's whatever Dion does at this point is to make him, I
Scrutinize.
guess, look bad, scrutinize and make him look bad because at
That's
the end
right.
of the day, that's what they want to do. They hated on him at Jackson State, and they
That.
doing the same
Yeah.
thing in Colorado. So it's like, is he showing favoritism? And I'm willing to bet the favoritism is coming from the group that he brought with him. His kicker.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
loved that kicker to get to death. They got a whole new dance that they working on. Shador, Shiloh, uh, Henry, all them, Travis. So it's like all them. So it's like, yeah, he's gonna because he knows them.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was with them for a whole year before they got to Colorado,
Yeah.
and he sees himself, especially in what's the name, him, the safety. So it's like the corner. So it's like, you know what I mean.
Safety.
So
Oh
is it
yeah.
right? Nah, it's not right. It's not right. You shouldn't show favoritism, but it happens. That's why I said in not in all situations, but in some situations, you can have three kids. Of the three kids, you're gonna show a little bit more attention to because that's the one in your mind you think is gonna be the one. Now all the kids, all three of them smart, but one is just a little bit more smarter than the other two. So you're gonna show a little bit more. You love them all the same, but that one is different. That's why I only got
And
one.
you're 100%, you're 100% right, bro. I ain't gonna look.
That's
I tell
why
you
they
this.
have that middle kid syndrome. Middle
I ain't
kid
gonna
syndrome,
disagree with you.
shit is no joke.
I ain't gonna disagree. You're 100% right because all your kids, you can't treat them the same. It's
No,
that one. Look, you have that one who listen better than the other one. You know what I'm saying?
But then you
You
always
feel
got
me?
to keep your eye on the one that listens the least, because that's the one you worry about the most.
That's right. That's right. That's
A
right,
lot
bro.
of times it be the opposite. Sometimes when you look at, okay, you can have the smartest one, and then you can have the one that's on the other end of the spectrum. That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's like you know, they good at, I mean, they decent at math, can count money, but you wouldn't give them no money like that. You know what I mean? So that's the one you watch the most. You got to
Yeah,
keep that. You got to give that one special attention.
that's right. That's
Mm-hmm.
right.
So it's like,
That's right.
so I mean,
That,
but do I think it's right? No, but it's favoritism on every. No matter what
you know
team you
what?
look at, there will be some form of
And, and
favoritism.
and now since you break it down like that, like if you can go to the NBA, you can go to the NFL, you can go to the National Hockey, you can go to the baseball league. It's favoritism every single way. It don't have to be because Deion Sanders' son playing, but it's a favoritism. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Yeah.
favoritism because people like even though they hit 30 home run the year before, they slouching this year, but you still want to have them in that rotation when you know that you're supposed to sit
Mm-hmm.
them down because they hit 30 something. You had that quarterback or that running back who ran for 1,000, 1,500 yards and they slugging. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I
And
get
like
what
I
you're
said,
saying. You're 100% right.
I don't and I don't blame. I mean, would I highlight some of if Shador made a mistake? Yes, I will probably be the first. If he was my son, I probably would call him out on that mistake. But at
But
that
he
too,
needs to start. But hey, Gerard, now, and not to cut you off,
mm-hmm,
sorry about that. But he
mm-mm.
need to start saying that in the meeting. He can't just say that it's this person, the wide receiver didn't run the route right, run the route right. Because guess what? The film don't lie. It's a check down. It's a check down.
And but that's the thing though. He's looking at it. He's looking at it as a coach, but he's also looking at it as a dad. And then, like I said, when Shador and them wanted to come out, they talked him and Shiloh talking about coming out. He said no, y'all ain't going nowhere. That's
Yeah,
why
I
he
heard
has
that.
all these stipulations. That's why he got all these stipulations when they do come out. And people are like making a big deal about it, but Archie Manning did the same thing for Eli. He said Eli would not be a San Diego Charger. What happened? There was a trade, and then Eli ended up playing with the Giants instead of playing with because he was supposed to be a Charger.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. We got a message though.
Oh, we got a message.
Uh-oh. First one. Cali girl.
You
Nope,
guys
Lily.
yap so hard. And like, I don't even know what the flip going on.
Yeah. So we talking about
Oh, we
sports,
talking about sports.
but you good, and we ain't going hard. We just the thing about it is that we expression that like we trying to get it out there that it's okay to actually have favorites, but it's also okay to you got to be careful when you have favorites and all that stuff like that.
Nope, got another message.
Message.
I apologize for that message. It wasn't supposed to be for you guys.
Okay,
All right.
all
Well,
right. We appreciate
thank
that.
you for saying that, and I need you to exit the room.
Don't do that. That's not nice. That's not nice.
Well, she said it, and I mean I'm just saying. I mean, look, think about it now. When someone says something and they saying it that it's not meant for you, then guess what? Who does it? Who's it meant for?
Mm-mm. They got another message.
The flip did I do to you? I'm just trying to be nice.
Mm. Well, you ain't do that to me. I'm good.
Well, like you didn't do anything to me, but now you did something to me.
Oh
I'm being
wow.
nice. No, I'm good. I'm just joking, man. It's all out of fun. It's all out of fun. Trust me.
All right. Well, we've been on for almost what? Almost 2 hours. And
Coach, before we get out, before we get off, right quick.
here we go. Another message. What you gonna say?
Oh shit.
You want to say it before I play the message?
Play.
I can play. Okay. Here we go.
Like, bruh, if you that press, pull your panties out of your ass. Like, quit
Oh
being
no!
rude.
Don't come for me unless I send for you, homie. So look, I'm ignore that. So I'm actually go to the question. So and she done got me stirred up right now. I don't know what to say.
Oh man. Oh man. We made it a whole 2 hours. Oh
So
man. Well, what's the question?
now, look, I'm about to go to the left for a second.
Mm.
So
Don't. Okay. Okay.
Bruh, let me join, bruh. It won't let me join.
Well, the reason why we don't let nobody up is because we're doing a podcast and it's going to stream out everywhere and it's a lot of stuff. So that's the reason why we don't bring people up. So that's why we don't bring people up. So hey G man,
hey, look, let me hold that
you
scrawl for a
you good?
second. Kermit, let me hold that scrawl.
Oh,
Hey,
I love you.
you know what? I'll tell
I,
y'all this,
I,
man. You know what? And what I was getting ready to
uh-huh.
say, and before we end the
Yeah.
show, is that
Hmm.
I've been told that a lot of people like wearing the pins. You know what I mean? That's the adult underwear because they can't handle the situation. You know what I'm saying? And life is too short. So at the end of the day, man, I'm gonna leave this on. I'm
What does that even mean?
trust me, it's about to come out. Look,
I know
here
what
we
you
go.
mean. I just felt like
That's
saying that.
tight, rude, and disrespectful. That's just horrible, what you just said. That's just, that's mean.
What did you say?
Uh, she said it was horrible, disrespectful, and mean for what I
What
said.
did you
So,
say? What
well,
did you say?
look. At the end of the day, man, is I'm a horrible person. So that's why, like I said earlier, some people like the way it depends because they can't handle.
I wouldn't
Can I
keep
finish?
pushing play.
Can I
Why
finish?
you keep playing the message? You ain't gonna never get to finish what you were gonna say, huh?
Probably wear a
You
diaper. Shut the hell up.
Oh no! Look, homie, I think you got it on. That's what I was trying to get at. I was trying to be respectful, but now you got the person in me coming out. You got the person in me coming out, homie. Now, so at the end of the day, I can't.
all right, all right. Well, this was another episode from Run and Tell That podcast. We will be back on next weekend. What next Saturday?
Next next Friday we'll be on next Friday
Next
at
Friday.
what we say 6 o'clock. We'll be on next Friday at 6 o'clock next Friday,
All right, we'll be on next Friday night, 6 o'clock. This episode will
and
be
then
on all platforms. tonight, sometime, or by in the morning.
And Lily, you
Don't
You got it
don't
on.
play with
I
me.
can sense it in your voice. You wear adult diapers because you shit yourself on a day-to-day basis. Because a man fucking unplugged it from your booty hole.
so
Oh
it
my
just sounds
God.
like to me that
All right. Well,
so let me tell
G-Man,
you something. Go ahead.
bro, let's go ahead and close this one on out. You know what I mean? Because we don't want it to escalate
Because it's
anymore.
about to escalate. Because Lily about to be
Exactly. Exactly.
hey, look, and homegirl, if you don't know me, you need to sit down. Because I'm telling you right now, don't come for me lest I send for you. And I ain't sent for you yet. Peace.
All right. Well, like I said, it was a wonderful night, wonderful show. All right, y'all. We're gonna close this one on out. Yeah, after this,
And,
I guess
and,
we'll run and
and
tell
what's
that.
your name?
'Cause,
And what's your
I'm
name?
out.
You're G Man, and I'm Lily.
Oh,
Peace.
oh shit.